The Iowa Hawkeyes are known to many as Tight End U, and against Illinois, they lived up to that name as both Sam Laporta and Sean Byer caught their first career touchdown. March 19, 2011. That's the date that Rock Island won the Class 3A state championship, something Mr. Basketball in the state of Illinois, Chasen Randall, will remember forever. But Junis has climbed up the ranks and made the most of his opportunities. Since 2017, he started 83 games for the Kansas City Royals. Dustin, it means a lot. Before yesterday, Iowa lost 7 of their last 8 meetings against the Badgers. They finally get over the hump, and they did it in dominating fashion. After 20 months of waiting, professional baseball is finally back in the Quad Cities. The River Bandits had their home opener tonight against the Cedar Rapids Colonel. Jay, the oldest rivalry in the state of Illinois is back. Moline versus Rock Island. But neither one of these teams have played football in a long time. For Rock Island, it's been 496 days. For Moline, it's been over 500 days. The Geneseo softball team's off to a hot start this season. The Maple Leafs have scored double digits in all 5 of their wins and are currently 5-0. On Tuesday, Marion Ellis led Assumption with 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. The Knights were playing their first state semifinal game on Thursday since 2013. Well, I think that Nebraska is just a little bit too worried about mustaches instead of playing football. No, just kidding. After a tough offseason and starting the year 0-2, the Iowa Hawkeyes have been through it all. Winners of 6 straight and now have beaten the Wisconsin Badgers for the first time since 2015. In 2018, DJ Carton was a junior at Bettendorf High School and all looked well from the outside looking in. He was a great basketball player, had many big-time Division I offers, he had a loving and supporting family. But under the surface, DJ was dealing with emotional health issues.
I've had depression since senior high school, maybe junior year. I started kind of noticing it then. I mean, it was scary just because I didn't really do anything about it. I started kind of changing as a person. The people who I love knew, around me knew it. And, you know, I was just kind of oblivious to the fact that I was changing.
We started seeing some changes in him, behavior-wise.
We just didn't know if it was a 17 and you're going up to be kind of a man and you want to stretch your legs kind of and kind of test those boundaries.
He called me one day. And I was driving on the interstate on 74, headed down to Cambridge for work, and I got a call from him, and he just said, "Mom," he goes, "I need to share something with you." He said, I feel really down, and I don't feel like myself." And I said, "Okay, can you expand a little bit more?" And he said, "I just don't feel happy, you know. I should be happy, and I don't feel happy." And I said, "Okay," you know, I said, "We'll talk more when I get home," you know. And I just remember pulling over and just sitting there, and I started to cry because, you know, I'm in the medical field, so I knew that that was depression.
As DJ was dealing with these issues, his fame was getting larger, something he did not know how to deal with.
When you're not recruited at that high level, I don't think you really understand the challenge that lies in those kids and the pressure that is put on them. And I'm not sure if that's what triggered it or not, but for me, I just saw a different DJ, and I didn't know if the pressure was getting to him, if it was overwhelming, because he's a pleaser, and he didn't want to let anybody down, and he knew there was a lot of people that wanted him.
DJ made his decision. He would attend Ohio State University, which is about 7.5 hours away from the Quad Cities. The Cartons wanted to make sure they were close enough to DJ if he needed them.
We bought it. We ended up buying a condo there. And to be truly honest with you, like, who does that? You know, I mean, some people do, and then their kids live in it. My kid couldn't even live in it, and we bought a condo there. Something in my instincts, I was all over him to do it.
At Ohio State, the pressure of playing basketball only grew, which made DJ's conditions worse.
But then it was the Northwestern game, and I went with my family, and Coach Clark was there. And what I don't even think anybody knows is that during that game, DJ had his best game. And during that game, he was actually having to run over to the garbage can and vomit. And then they would take him back into the locker room to try to feed him. Well, prior to that game, we talked to him and he hadn't eaten in 4 days. At this point, he had lost about 25 pounds.
Let's say it came down to a time when I really, I remember sleeping at night in my bed in college just by myself, and I was just like thinking to myself, like, I don't even want to be here no more.
At this time, DJ did not love the game of basketball anymore and started questioning why he was at Ohio State. It would get worse for Carton before it would get better. From Bettendorf, I'm Corey Rholdon, Local 4 Sports. A former Assumption Knight baseball star is thriving in Iowa City this season. Hawkeyes pitcher Trenton Wallace is 5-1 this year and proven to be one of the best pitchers in the Big Ten. This should come as no surprise for any MAC baseball follower. He is a talent. I got to speak to Trenton this week about why this season has been so special for him. Hawkeyes ace Trenton Wallace has been dominant on the mound this season. Trenton currently leads the Big Ten with 80 strikeouts and is second in the conference in ERA. A key for Wallace's success this year has been focusing on his catcher and not the batters.
It's definitely a rush at times. Obviously, I get very pumped up before the game. I try to calm myself down. I give myself a little bit of time before I head out to the mound to kind of get relaxed, get the heart rate back down, and then take the field. And for me this year as a focus, I really focus on our catcher. And as soon as he gives the signs, I just kind of tune out the batter and I pitch like there's not even a batter in the box. And I just trust the way I can pitch is going to get the job done. And I trust my defense behind me.
Before going to Iowa, Trenton went to Assumption High School, where the coaching staff helped him learn how to control his competitive fire.
Coach Argo and Coach Tisson did an awesome job when I was there of kind of creating me and making me into the person I am today on and off the field. Definitely they helped me control those emotions in high school as well. And they knew I was a competitive kid back then as well. And when I can be really fiery at times, it kind of hurts me. And they knew that. And then they were able to help me remain calm at times. And that's kind of what helped progress. And then when I got to college, it was the same way.
It was easy for Trenton to fall in love with the game of baseball, as his father, Greg, has been the head coach of Augustana College for the past 24 years.
Obviously, I was around the team at such a young age that I just picked it up right away. I think I was the bat boy from when I was like 5 years old, probably till I was 11. And being around college baseball that early, you see how fun it is, and it's more like a family at that level, and that's what you want to be a part of.
He's enjoyed the game for a lifetime, obviously, and I think being around our guys really helped progress his baseball IQ. I mean, it was always nice to come home after games and have him ask questions like, why did you do that? Or what was that situation like, and could you have done something different? Obviously, he was always intrigued by the game.
Greg Wallace has enjoyed watching his son develop at Iowa and seeing him pitch every Friday night.
You know, it's been a joy just to watch his progression over the years at Iowa. I think he's really put in the work to become the Friday night guy for him, and I just tell him to go out there and have fun, enjoy the game, keep doing what you do, and be you all the time, and I think he's really stuck to that this year.
Although the MLB draft is 2 months away, Wallace's only concern is helping his team win. Bettendorf's soccer team comes in tonight with an 8-1 record on a 5-game winning streak. The Bulldogs took on Clinton, and the River Kings were looking to upset on their home field. They are ready to go. We start in the first. Bettendorf on the attack. Clinton's goalie comes up and tries to make the save, but Chase Wakefield gets the rebound and scores. Bulldogs take a 1-0 lead. Later on, Austin Shepard, he's on the move. He gets a goal of his own. Bulldogs up 2-0. Clinton looking to get on the board with a free kick, but J.J. Gonzalez-Hayes comes up with the save, and it's 2-0 Bulldogs. After a quick goal kick by Bettendorf to make it 3-0. Another goal here by Chase Wakefield. He taps it in. Bulldogs up 4-0. So in the first half, more from Bettendorf and more from Chase Wakefield. Another goal. He would have 4 on the day as the Bulldogs, they go on to win 6-0, and they're improved to 9-1 on the season. Jordan Bohannon's returning to Iowa City for his 6th season. The Hawkeyes' all-time leader in assists and three-pointers made the announcement earlier this week. Hawkeye headquarters reporter Jarek Andreski says the sharpshooter just couldn't leave Iowa City without saying goodbye to the fans in person. Former Bettendorf star DJ Carton is entering his name into the NBA draft. The guard is hiring an agent. Last season, Carton averaged 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 3.5 assists at Marquette. DJ thanked Marquette's head coach Shaka Smart and his teammates for supporting him during the process. He looks forward to the next step during his career. 5th inning, Cardinals down 1-0, and Matt Carpenter is going to send this one deep off of Aaron Nola, and it's just off a glove of Roman Quinn for a 3-run homer. Watch this replay. Quinn has the ball in his glove, almost makes an incredible catch, but it just slips out. Cardinals up 3-1. 7th inning, same score. Andrew McCutcheon sends this one into the gap as Nick Matton scores. Phillies were tied at 3. This one's headed into extras. Bottom of the 10th, same score. Runners on first and third. David Hale's pitch is going to get away from the catcher, and Tyler O'Neill scores for the win. The Cardinals will win this one 4-3. Let's get some scores updates from the White Sox. As you see, the White Sox win game 1 3-1, and they're currently beating the Tigers 4-0 in the 5th. Jim, that's all for sports.